Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Niggas and crackers.
guys, gals,
And non-binary pals. Hot girls and city boys.
saints and ain'ts,
And all our Harlem family. Welcome to your very own podcast.
Your favorite co-hosts. I am Justin, aka Papiyotin, aka Tachilla, aka Urkel but cute, and I'm here with
Yo, it's your boy Jude, aka Sinbad Stefanucci, aka Scrappy-Doo, aka the Fresh Prince of Jefferson Park. What's cracking, y'all?
We are doing a different kind of episode today. If we haven't made it very clear to you by now, by us saying it a bunch, we're both martial artists and amateur competitive fighters sometimes.
And sometimes I fought last year.
Yeah.
And you fought this year. How'd it go? How did that go? I didn't get much of a story from you. How'd that go?
Well, for me, my personal experience that day was disappointing, even more so than last year, because I didn't actually get to fight anyone. Like, I spent the whole day only to wind up fighting our friend Jeff. Whereas last year, at least I got to fight two guys that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And we had to do Kali against each other, but
yeah,
that was different.
That was not fun. It was just like sparring. I was just like, whatever.
So that's always disappointing, especially because this year I was really like, I'm going to go in there.
Y'all was serious.
And we were ramping up. But I was happy to see how everyone else did. Mohammed performed really well, Xavier, all these guys. So
all them niggas are nasty. Watch out for them in like 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
Xavier Negron gonna be
AKA Ice.
AKA Ice.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the top. Like, what do you think he might be? 145, 155, 135.
Well, I think when he's
6 feet
chilling
tall.
out, we're the same size. Like, even though he wears his weight differently than I do, we're around the same size. I think he's 156. So
he might go lighter then, even though I don't think he should. Because I think weight cutting is dangerous.
Right.
They basically just dehydrate themselves and they deplete themselves before a fight.
Yeah. I
understand that you have to be the same weight to make it even, but I don't get why that fighters, or especially the UFC, doesn't have like 5 pound or weight classes by 10 pounds. You have to cut so much weight.
Yeah.
And what's the stigma of like fighting at the weight you live in?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've never understood why that's an issue, but this is
just fight at the weight you live in, and if you have to lose like 5 pounds,
that's one
fine
thing.
But niggas be cutting mad
if it
weight.
happens in the course of you training for the fight, then that makes sense, as opposed to you like doing apple diets or water diets where you're just like, it's the type of stuff they do to these guys who have to, like Hugh Jackman when he had to get in shape for Wolverine in the latter movies. Oh my god, like the type of stuff he had to go through just to have one shirtless shot.
Same with what's his name? Josh Brolin.
Oh, for Thanos?
No. For the Deadpool joint.
Oh, Cable.
Cable.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was like, Thanos. He was in pajamas for that whole shoot. But yeah.
Yeah, and then who else? Who else had to lose mad weight or get mad brolic?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt
was a big example.
Chris Pratt got mad big. I think a lot of the thing though is that they're on roids.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
So Stallone was on roids. Schwarzenegger's on roids.
But
a lot of those stars from the 90s, 80s crazy action movies,
sure,
that were just ridiculous, roids.
But it was easier to hide that stuff back then. Like, and also there are so many different ways to work out now that like when you're getting paid however much money, you're Chris Evans and they say you got to get in Captain America shape again, you're gonna do it.
And ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well,
for like an acting job, there's nothing wrong with it. When it comes to sports, it's different.
That is different. Yeah, that is very different. Which brings us to, I guess the topic of today's episode. So we wanted to really focus on, there's a UFC 246.
It's 245.
245 coming up.
It's next weekend with Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
Nigerian Nightmare fighting against Colby Covington.
Yeah.
The little KKK member with all C's in his name.
Colby Chaos Covington. Yeah. And there are a few other fights. And we just want to, this is obviously going to be a
few other fights. We're going to disregard Amanda Nunes and Jermaine Durandame.
That's the only other one we're talking about.
Did we not see her? We were just watching this woman fight. She's a
monster.
A monster.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of that woman.
Me too.
She's terrifying.
She could easily kill both of us.
Easily.
Yeah, with a hand tied behind her back. But
into her braids like this.
But yeah, this is obviously going to be an episode for a specific audience. But even if you don't maybe pay attention to fighting and you just like listening to us talk, which I'd be surprised by.
Surprised? We're charismatic individuals. We're young, black, and braggadocious, bro. What are you talking about? Right.
That was me being self-deprecating.
Don't be self-deprecating. Don't be humble, okay? You're not Kendrick.
Sit down.
Boost up, nigga.
But point being, hopefully you hang with us anyway. We wanted to open with our first experiences with sport fighting. So Jude, do you remember the first either boxing or MMA match you watched?
All right. Well, the first boxing match I watched was my mother got me these Muhammad Ali DVDs for Christmas.
Oh.
And I watched his 3 fights with Joe Frazier. That was, I watched documentaries about Ali and I already knew what would happen. But, the thing about those fights is that Joe Frazier was a bad dude.
Yeah.
And at first, something that Joe Frazier did was hook guys over, I think it's to his left or his right. I can't recall what it was, but he was blind in one eye after a while. And that's how we got that punch. So we bring him over to where he can see and just say, boom.
That's really smart.
But that was like his life. Like Joe Frazier was a really amazing fighter and he doesn't get a lot of love because he fought Ali. And Ali shitted on him. A lot. It was terrible.
You mean like impress or like
impress?
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Ali went to his gym in Philadelphia, decided to live in Philadelphia just to fuck with him, and he called him all types of Uncle Toms, white man's champ,
right?
Ugly, called him a gorilla. It was real beef. These two fought on like TV on a little TV show one time because Ali kept getting under his skin, and Joe never forgave him for shit. It was real beef.
Just bad blood, yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad blood. But you know why also? Because Frazier was helping Ali get his license back from the draft. When he left, when he didn't go to Vietnam, Frazier was like, yo, let's get this man his license back. And he advocated for Ali to get him back.
Oh, and then Ali was just
Ali flipped it on him. Like,
that's really interesting.
Listen, I love Muhammad Ali with all my heart. I met the man.
Right.
But he was really, really fucked up sometimes. He was really fucked up. But I love the man to death.
Yeah, well,
my daddy fucked up.
Obviously one of the greatest, if not the greatest, for a lot of people, heavyweight boxers of all time.
Yeah.
You watch him fight, and you're
mesmerized.
You understand why he had the impact he had. He had other people saluting him.
Yeah, he was beautiful in the ring. It was beautiful, but I'd say a lot of the guys he fought don't get the credit they deserve. Sonny Liston doesn't get the credit he deserved.
Yeah.
Sonny Liston knocked niggas out with a jab.
Yeah,
but he
because they were going up against the champ, and so they were overshadowed even in an impressive performance. That's definitely
even the ones he beat. Ken Norton doesn't get a lot of love. Larry Holmes got no love because he was the last one to fight Ali.
Yeah, and we talked about that last time. Yeah,
and Leon Spinks doesn't get that much love. Who else? I forgot who he lost to. But those are the ones I can think of in my head. Is Joe Frazier, Spinks, and Larry Holmes. And and then for my UFC fight, I watched UFC 145 with it was George St. Pierre, Jake Shield, Jose Aldo, and Mark Hominick. Those are the names I can think of off the top of my head. And it was because of my boss. So my old boss from my first job, he took me under his wing when I was a little kid, and he brought me to his house to watch it. And so I'm watching it, and he lives right upstairs from his business.
Right.
And he just had to go work. So I was just chilling in his crib. But he brought his Russian girlfriend along. One of these Russian brides he had randomly. Mail order brides and shit. Love you, man. And this nigga, I'm talking to her. I'm 13 at the time, just talking to her, whatever. He's taking a shower.
Yeah, whatever conversation you could possibly have with this Russian woman.
Yeah, but she could speak English.
Yeah.
And then they leave. I watched the fights. It's cool, whatever. You know, go home. You know, it was a pretty dope fight. Jose Aldo fucked niggas up. George St. Pierre beat up Jake Shields. You know, that's what I can remember right now. It was, what, like 8 years ago?
Yeah.
But then my boss continues to tell the story that I'm watching UFC fight in his crib and he's trying to get me to smash his girl. I'm like, what? He would go on for man like, yo, this little nigga was scared. I'm like, nigga, I'm 13. What am I gonna do with this fucking 35-year-old Russian chick?
No, thank you.
But then think, you know how I end up, and now I'm me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have a whole
to the mixed goodness, to misguidance. You know what I'm saying? I
don't remember what the first I don't remember what the first UFC fight I watched was, because I wasn't really I didn't really have access to it. Like we didn't have pay-per-view in my house for that or boxing. So when we did watch stuff like that, we went over to my cousin's place. He lives out, I think, on like Long Island or somewhere, that you have to drive. And we used to kind of have these like basically like guys' nights out. Like,
that's lit.
Yeah, chill out in his, like, he had this rec room downstairs with this massive TV, and he lent me, like, one of the reasons I'm into Dragon Ball the way I am is because my cousin lent me, he had these disc sets.
Oh hell yeah, I remember those. I got like 3 of them joints
with that fold out.
Yeah,
I used to do marathons with those. So
oh god,
but
I wish I was your best friend when we were like 8, man. That would have been dope. Watching Dragon Ball all day, those would have been the days.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
But so that led to me watching Pacquiao v Mayweather in 2015, the first one.
That was fun.
And
I remember that.
And like I kind of, I knew who Muhammad Ali was. I knew but I didn't watch boxing. I wasn't boxing. Like the experience I'd had with fighting or martial arts of any kind to that point had been karate, and then I'd stopped doing that for years. Yeah. So like I wasn't really, thinking about it, but I remember watching it, and I remember being really interested and amazed kind of by the differences in their styles.
Yeah.
Pacquiao, this like rabid, offensive, fighter with a lot of
power and volume.
Yeah, and a lot of technical skill, and Mayweather also being a supreme technician, but more on the defensive and countering angle. It was just like dope, and it felt like I was watching, two titans go at it.
Yeah.
And then that kind of, was the slow beginning to the snowball effect that became me being interested in in watching fight sports. Yeah, that was a fun time.
And your favorite boxer now is Lomachenko.
Now it's Lomachenko. Yes. I would say like,
he's a bad dude. That's a bad man right there.
Yeah. He's so, and it's interesting. It's also dope to watch him because he fights in a southpaw stance.
Like us.
Like we do. So it's, I can use a lot of his techniques.
Yeah.
But I think historically speaking, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh yeah, Robinson
is my favorite.
Which Sugar? We're talking about the
old one, not
really
Leonard.
Old one. Okay, because a lot of people get that mixed up.
Yeah. Robinson, the guy who
was
fought,
a bad dude. Yeah,
the one who fought Raging Bull.
Yeah, LaMotta, Jake LaMotta.
Yeah, they fought 5 times or something like that. It was something like 6.
They fought. Everyone in that time fought each other like 10 times, and with ridiculous records.
Yeah,
like 100 wins and like 20 losses.
Yeah.
On some mob shit.
Yeah, to be honest.
On some mob shit. Because let's just be honest. On some mob shit.
Because there's nothing else to
favor.
do. Yeah. You take a full. Take a full from me.
That sounded Russian, bro.
You take full. you take full from me. For me.
You come to my daughter's wedding.
Hey, you take a fall, all right?
I'll make you a fucking fall, my guy.
Hey, I'll make you a rich man. Take a fall. Don't insult me. Hey.
Quit busting my balls, man.
You come to my place of business.
Disrespect my family.
You say you want. Sorry, that was a big tangent. Point just being that Sugar Ray Robinson is dope. I think
he's fantastic. Yeah,
he was fighting in a way that no one was really fighting back then. He was definitely ahead of his time. Sugar Ray, Lomachenko, Ali. Who else do I really like?
Not Leonard.
I haven't watched enough of Leonard to say, but I know he was nasty.
He was nasty, man.
Yeah,
he was nasty. His foot. Did he? We were just talking about this downstairs. So remember him and Roberto Duran.
Mm-hmm.
So the first fight, I don't know if he got knocked out or it was stopped. I don't know what happened with the first fight, but Leonard lost, and he was like, nah.
Leonard or Robinson?
No, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran.
Got you.
So he lost the first fight. I forgot how. But then he was like, nah, I'm fighting this nigga again immediately. And he played this mind trick on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking about, I want my kids to be just like Roberto Duran, confusing the fuck out this nigga. And in the fight, all he did was frustrate Roberto Duran. He'd stay away from him and just play with him a little bit. Just pop him a few times, get away, pop him a few times, get away, lay into him.
Yeah.
And Roberto was just like frustrated. He just didn't know what to do. And he just waved his arms. I was like, no mas. Like, fuck this nigga. It was really confusing. And that caused a little bit of downfall of Roberto Duran.
Interesting.
But then he, who else did he fight? I forgot who else he fought that built him back up. And then they made a movie about him. And Usher plays Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, Stonehands or the
Hands of Stone.
Hands of Stone.
Yo.
That is who that's about. Okay.
Yeah, watch that movie, bro. It's
I started watching it and I didn't finish it, but I do remember.
Finish it. It's worth it.
Yeah, I do remember him being in that. And so Usher was playing Leonard.
Usher was playing
He
Sugar Ray
wasn't
Leonard.
playing Robinson. Oh, okay.
The dude,
because he looks like he's supposed to be playing Robinson, almost like the way he's built, just generally, and that afro he has. But got you. Oh, interesting.
It's a good movie.
I remember, it has Ana de Armas in it playing his wife, playing Duran's wife, or his first wife, or however many he had.
And Roberto, no, it was his only wife, and that nigga was ridiculous because he named all of his sons Roberto. All his sons are named Roberto.
Amazing.
It's just like, come on, son.
I have a friend, Mohammed Zubair, and he's from Bangladesh. Shout out the American Prophet, and that's his Instagram. And his artist name. But point being, everyone in his family, like, it's like his father and both him and his two brothers are named Muhammad. So they're differentiated by their middle names in the house. But we just call them Mohammed or Mo because, we're not going to call
We
them.
don't know any of them other Mohammeds.
Right. But, well, we know a few now.
We all know.
But yeah, it's so like interesting how different cultures kind of deal with naming like that.
Oh, the twins, with our little homie, the twins?
Yeah. When I was trying to tag them in that Instagram post I put up, I forgot that they have the same name.
Yeah, so it's Douglas Alberto and Douglas Fernando.
Why?
I didn't find that out until they got their black belts. I go down, I look at their black belts. I'm like, wait, Douglas and Douglas? What the fuck? What? Your name's Douglas? They're like, yeah. I'm like, no one tells us this?
Yeah, right.
We're friends for like 4 years and you don't tell me your first name is Douglas?
Don't worry about it. Alberto Fernando. You know who we are. Yeah. Really, well, I'll try not to do that to my kids. I also wouldn't name my kid after me anyway, because I don't think my name is like, it's not a cool enough name that you would want to do like Justin the Second. It's
Justin
fine.
the Second.
It's fine. I was almost Barry Jr.
I was almost Cosmo. I was almost Muhammad or Kareem. My father wanted some Muslim-ass names, but he was not even fucking Muslim. And my mother wanted like Mario and Cosmo. Thank God they came up with Jude.
Yeah.
My God. Me walking around in Cosmo. Come on, son. You see me as a Cosmo, bro?
No, I don't see anyone as a Cosmo outside of the cartoon character.
Honestly. Anyways. So your favorite fighters, again. So it was Lomachenko, Ali, and Robinson.
Those are
Top
three
three.
that I can easily.
Those are the three you can name.
Yeah.
All right. Myself, when it comes to boxing, it goes, honorable mentions Muhammad Ali immediately, but like, I feel like that's for almost all of us.
Yeah, so maybe he shouldn't even be on my list.
I'd
Mayweather
say
might be on there.
Yeah, but Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker, nasty, a defensive genius, and
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the God, yeah. Bernard Hopkins, but his career ended badly because he was just too old, didn't know how to quit, and he got knocked out of the ring. Like, come on, son.
Out of the ring? Or
he got knocked out of the ring.
Oh my God!
But he was nasty the entire time. And then there is from back. Let me go back. I'd say Joe Frazier. Out of love, Joe Frazier.
Yeah, that's dope. What about MMA?
MMA.
And I'm still learning.
I don't know if I have any favorite like fight that I just love.
Yeah.
Because once I got into MMA, I just look at everyone for their skill and what I can take from them.
Yeah.
I can't just be like, yo, this is the fucking man. I would say I love John Jones because I met him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I met John Jones with my big brother. Say what's cracking. I met John Jones, and John Jones is a really cool dude. Also met Ronda Rousey as well.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was mad cool. Even though I talk mad shit about her now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry. But yeah. So John Jones is up there. You know, Jose Aldo I was really into because he was nasty. His leg kicks were vicious. Like he fought this dude Uriah Faber, and Jose Aldo's gonna fight at 245. The
Yes.
pay-per-view next week.
Yeah.
And one of the dudes he fought, Uriah Faber, is on that card as well. But they fought, I think, like almost 10 years ago in the WEC.
Mm-hmm.
And he cracked this nigga's legs, bro. Uriah Faber's like whole thigh was purple. And he had to like walk on canes, on crutches for mad long. He just ripped his legs apart. Just crack, 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 crack.
Nasty.
And another favorite, I'm just appreciative of whoever's popping off at the times. I have guys I root for, you know, like Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Right now, I like, what's his name? Masvidal and Adesanya. You know what I was thinking about with Adesanya? He's basically just like us in our martial arts school.
Yeah.
He's this young, well, he's like 30, but yeah. He's this young black dude into his hip-hop shits. Yeah. And into his anime. He's basically Super Saiyan U.
Yeah. Low key.
That's basically what he is. Because if you don't know, this man got on a rant when it came to dancing. And that's all this man Adesanya does is dance.
Yeah.
That's you too, bro.
Yeah.
He's into his anime. You're literally in a Japanese club to learn the language and so you can watch regular anime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I take the class. I've been taking it for I may not continue next semester because it is difficult, and also it's not essential. It's an elective. So if I'm trying to graduate any kind of on time and I'm already not graduating on time, I'm not going to take it. But
no, it's not on time. It's your time. Your time is on time. All right, nigga.
Well, true, but I'm tired.
I know you're tired. So am I, nigga. But yo, come on, it's on your time. It's not on time. On time is your time.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Anytime, bro.
I'm still probably not going to take it though.
Don't take it, bro. It's like if you're tired, man. Come on. I took two. I had to take two classes in Italian. I'm tired, bro.
But also the thing, I don't even need it for a language requirement because I fulfilled mine like in early.
What was that?
What
did you take?
Language requirement.
Yeah. Well, what language did you take?
In high school, it started in middle school because we had to take Latin.
Oh, okay.
Then I got to high school. I took French for 2 years. I was terrible at it.
Is it a disgusting language as I hear?
It's not disgusting. I mean, it's fine, but it's a difficult. Like the pronunciation is more difficult than any other language I've tried to study, and also the tests were just I couldn't do it. But it's interesting that you say that about Adesanya because there was a night when I think you were there. It was a Wednesday night because I remember Divine was there, and he only ever shows up on Wednesdays. So Sifu was going around and giving us like individual fighters to study based on our own styles. And Divine actually suggested Adesanya for me, and I hadn't heard of him because I'm a baby when it comes to UFC. So there's a lot of people I don't know and stuff I don't know. So, but I got into him, and now I'm obsessed. Like I went back to his Glory fights. The dude,
he was nasty in Glory.
The dude is crazy.
The kickboxing,
yeah. He's
he got knocked out once.
Yeah,
this guy Alexander Pereira. Now, Alexander Pereira is another guy you should watch for, but I don't think he's going to be getting into MMA. I think he's good where he's at with kickboxing, and I hope Glory pops off.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good popping organization right now.
Yeah, it's getting more traction.
But I just wish, things like kickboxing and even sport jiu-jitsu got more...
Were held in higher regard, yeah.
Higher regard in the mainstream because,
it takes just as much skill.
It takes just as much skill, and they still have to make weight.
Exactly. I would put Adesanya up there right now just because he's in the moment and because he has a lot of skill.
He's gonna reign terror in the 2020s.
Oh, forget about it.
He's gonna reign 20.
I would put John Jones up there, and when they fight, that's going to be very interesting.
He's smart for not taking. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you. Bro,
no, go ahead.
But he's smart for like, I won't wait 2 years because he's not as experienced yet, so he wants to. Yeah.
John Jones is Goku basically.
John Jones is Goku.
I'm gonna wait for you to get stronger. Here's a senzu bean, and go ahead and heal up, and then we'll fight.
Sensu bean.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, and giving himself what he knows will be a challenge if he feels like he would wash him now, which I
honestly don't know. I think Adesanya would have to work on his grappling game, his wrestling, his takedown defense, and even back jiu-jitsu.
He has good takedown defense from what little we've seen in his fights, but is it enough for Bones? I don't know.
I don't know, because John Jones is a strong dude.
Yeah.
And just as much as an experienced wrestler as almost anyone he's ever fought.
Right. I do think that, and I do have to watch more of his fights still, but Anderson Silva
was fantastic.
Yeah. Not Spider-Man, but
basically.
Spider Anderson Silva, a goat. I like this guy, Dos Anjos, who fought both
HvO?
Usman and Covington. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just like his style.
And speaking of Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington, who do you think is going to get that? Who's going to take that dub?
So here's the thing.
We want someone to take a dub.
Yeah. So this is where we get real nerdy with the fighting, because I was taking notes while I was watching.
You were taking notes. I don't take notes.
I was taking notes while I was watching.
All right, hit me.
So basically, I watched Covington. I watched 2 fights from Covington. I watched him fight Dos Anjos, and I watched him fight the other American guy whose name I can't remember.
Robbie Lawler.
That was Covington obliterated him.
He puts the pressure on you.
Yeah.
He doesn't let anyone have any space.
Exactly. So
he'll stay on you. He was just grappling. He was in the clinch with Dos Anjos the entire fight.
Yeah.
He couldn't get him off.
And Dos Anjos is a 3rd degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Why the fuck didn't you just get taken down?
I don't know. I guess he wanted to stand up and strike him. But we'll get to Dos Anjos, because I think what he did is what Usman needs to do in order to beat Covington, which I think he can. But what I noticed about Covington strength-wise, right? It's like what you just said. He has incredible stamina and offensive volume, which doesn't mean speed, but it's just like the level of he hits you like he's working the bag. Like you're a heavy bag and he's just working out his anger. Mm-hmm. And his level like he's taking his day out. His level changes are really swift in terms of how he can drop from, and I know you know what it means, but explaining it for people who might not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How he can, change where he is relative to his opponent. He can throw a punch and then drop for a double leg takedown and pull your legs out from underneath you. And this blanket wrestling technique he has where he kind of just lays on top of you and waits and puts all his weight into you. Kind of like Khabib. Which is what Xavier was saying downstairs, is he's kind of like the Khabib of his division.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And he's also really fluid as a wrestler. Even though he's heavy, he moves into positions that are uncanny.
Yeah. And he's content with not getting a takedown.
Yeah.
He doesn't insist.
Yes.
You insist, you get tired, and you strain yourself, and you can leave yourself exposed to something else. If he doesn't get it, he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just clenching up and
hold on and wear you out. Yeah.
Just taking a little bit of your soul with every little
your
annoying
health bar
little
is going
punch.
down just a little bit. And so I noticed all that. Something Joe Rogan said that was really interesting is that he forces his opponents to fight off the back foot because he's constantly backing you up, so you can't regain your footing in enough time to plant and punch. But I think that the same thing that has been impressive about him and that has allowed him a lot of victories ultimately will lead to is a weakness as well. This chaos style that he kind of has. I think you'll notice sometimes he even puts his head down when he's swinging, and it's not necessarily wild, but it's just I think it sacrifices foresight because he's not looking at what you're going to do to counter it or evade it. He's just not letting you do anything, which is it's almost psychological in a way, because once you get over that, it's the same thing. He fights the way he lives, I guess. Once you get over that and you see through it, you can hit him in a way that'll affect him later. And that's what Dos Anjos did to him. Dos Anjos caught him several times with some really good body shots in the lungs. 2 uppercuts throughout the course, and he caught him with an uppercut and a knee once directly after one another. And that paid dividends later when he was able to take Covington down super easily and then hold him there. I think that Usman is much, and we saw what Usman did to Dos Anjos.
And we saw what he did to Woodley. Yeah. Dismantled Woodley. And I was watching Woodley. I was like, his power wasn't like that. I'm like, Nick, you lost, bro. And I know Woodley wasn't there mentally for the fight.
Yeah.
Because he's doing so much other shit. He's rapping, which he
is he?
He should not be rapping. Listen, I can't rap. All right, I know I can't rap. I know my lane.
Yeah,
but
you listen to a lot of rap.
I listen to a lot of rap.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Over, you know what I'm saying? Griselda, all that. But what I heard was just like, no, Winley, don't. And he's acting. He was in the NWA movie.
Oh wow.
It's just on the low. I was watching. I was like, oh shit. Tyler Woodley.
I gotta watch that again. What is he in, like a studio or something?
No, he's just like there. He's like Ice Cube security guard.
Oh.
And then he's doing all this stuff with TMZ and his broadcasting with the UFC. So he's out of the game, which is good.
Yeah.
Retire.
You shouldn't
Don't
do
fight.
it for the full time.
Trying to get him another fight right now. You know what? If you're like this right now, if you're into the broadcasting, you're doing all this other stuff, stop fighting.
Yeah.
Brain damage is not worth it.
No,
CTE is not worth it.
No.
Talking like Joe Frazier isn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Talking like Muhammad Ali when they were alive isn't worth it. Talking like who can't talk right now? Fuck, which one of these niggas can't talk? Oh, a lot of them are dead now.
Yeah.
Talking like Charles Barkley, it doesn't work right now.
No, but yeah, Usman. Yeah, he embarrassed Tyron Woodley, and he's a very strong guy. Like period. And his takedowns, like he suplexes dudes.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't there's a lot of these double legs and stuff, but Kamaru Usman is like, once he gets a hold of you, it's just
Africa strength.
Literally, it's just up and back down. And I think that his combination of, and he's also good at body strength. When he fought Dos Anjos, I thought I was watching like a fight scene in a superhero movie, because he pinned him against the cage with his forearm. He had his forearm pressed on Dos Anjos' cheek, right? And he's got him turned and he's punching him 2-4 times in the kidney, bro. Bop,
The kidney is in the back, bro.
Well, I guess the liver then.
The liver.
He's
the
kind
liver's
of
where it works.
He's kind of working. He's in that kind of
He's
area.
in that crevice of all the organs and all the meats and all the gross.
Just the juices. So he's working the side. Boom, like 5 hits before, and he can't move because his head. I'm getting excited. Dos Anjos can't move because his head is turned against the cage. So, thank you. It was, so I think that like he definitely has that capability. He's good at working the body, and he's got enough strength that once he wears Covington down, he can take him down. But you know what also I realized is kind of a general note is that real fighters fear grapplers. When he was fighting Lawler, when Covington was fighting Lawler and he kept taking Lawler down or getting in, you notice that it changed Lawler's game plan, because he was like, I can't do anything. I'm afraid that he's going to take me down, and then I'm going to have to do all this work to get back up. And it's like you really get a sense for how that changes the game. Although, like X was saying downstairs, sometimes all you got to do is hit him enough, because they'll just, as guys like Khabib, when he grapples you, he's not grappling you to ground and pound necessarily. He's going for a submission. Just, there's a lot of striking opportunities that you can get in that we were talking about, like with Tony Ferguson coming up.
Yeah, Ferguson's going to fight that nigga off the back. He's like, all right, fine, trap my legs. The elbows.
Yeah. But how do you feel about Usman and Covington? Where do you? I
think Usman has just as much wrestling pedigree as Covington does.
Yeah.
I think they're around the same age too, anyways. They're equally matched when it comes to the wrestling. Maybe not as much as the striking, because I think Usman hits harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mentally, because that's another aspect I like, I think that I don't think you can break Usman right now.
No.
Right now, I don't think mentally he's out of it. This is his first title defense.
Right.
He's hungry. He has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And this guy Covington talks a lot of smack.
Yeah.
But it's like baby smack. It's not even good smack.
Yeah.
He wears his MAGA hat.
Yeah.
And has a white girl that looks Latina on his arm, doing his little spiel, whatever, wearing the chains, whatever, hanging out with Donald Trump, doing his like baby jabber.
Yeah.
It's not like Ali's jabber, which would like dig into your soul, or Mayweather, or
even
McGregor.
Yeah.
McGregor talked mad smack. He got people out of their heads.
Yeah.
Well, into their heads. No, he got people out of themselves.
Yeah.
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 Who else is a good shit talker? Adesanya's a good shit talker.
Mm.
There's an art to talking shit, and he doesn't do it well.
Yeah, all he's kind of doing is, and I haven't even watched because it's like I was saying downstairs, before we started recording. If there's one profession where I'm okay with you being a racist, it's the one where you can get beat up for it.
Yeah.
And so I don't care about Colby Covington's politics, because if he's in a position to, get taught a lesson, especially by a dark-skinned Nigerian black dude, then by all means.
We'll hit him with the earth of Africa.
Yeah, man.
Hit that nigga with Wakanda and shit, bro.
But as far as Usman, I think that he has incredible raw power when it comes to his striking and grappling, and he also mixes it with these kind of unorthodox or dirty techniques. He does the foot stomping, the shoulder bumping, stuff that's not going to get you DQ'd, but
it's not like it's eye gouging.
Yeah. And he also has remarkable stamina and cardio. And one thing that I really like about him is when he gets you against the cage and he's grappling you, he uses the high underhook a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, so if I can find a way to explain this, it's basically you're giving someone a hug, but you're hugging their shoulders.
Yeah, you're hugging under their armpits, and you raise their arms up over their heads.
Yeah, so that they're hanging like a baby. And
hanging like a scarecrow.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really effective for burning out your opponent's shoulders as they try to work out of it. And he does that a lot. And then, he can just, work the body mercilessly, ruthlessly. I do expect... Well, I don't know what to expect.
5 rounds. I think it'll go 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone getting knocked out. And if someone gets knocked out, shit.
I think he could knock Covington out. I don't think Covington could knock him out. I do think that it could go the distance very easily. I think it'll be a good fight. It's just about, as far as winning, I'm not thinking of what Covington could do to win, because when I was watching, I literally the fights that I was able to watch, because I don't have an ESPN Plus membership, so I'm finding
slide us an ESPN Plus account or that Disney Plus account.
Yeah, slide us one in the DMs. Our DMs are always open.
Word.
But yeah, I wasn't able to find something that I could like pinpoint as being Usman's kind of like weakness or like something that he needs to work on as much as I could with Covington.
I'd say maybe more technical boxing and striking, but his coach is like is a Dutch kickboxing champion. I forgot the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
No, Hoofd, something Hoofd. I forgot his name. Fuck, yeah, I forget it. But it's Hoofd. It's
okay.
Hooft.
So then they're
Henry Hooft.
There we go. Then they're working on it, hopefully.
Yeah. It's nasty.
But yeah, I mean, let's call. You want to pick someone and then
Usman decision.
I'm gonna say Usman.
Probably unanimous.
Usman by decision?
Yeah, unanimous.
I'm gonna get crazy and say Usman by knockout.
Which round?
Oh, let's call it 4.
Round 4?
Yeah.
Let's call it 4. Find that happy medium?
Yeah, I don't want to say 5. I don't want to say 3.
I don't want to say 1.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And then we have, Max Holloway's fighting as well. Right. That one is not as interesting to me. He's fighting this Russian dude. Max Holloway's been losing a few times. He dismantled Brian Ortega. Fuck, that nigga's pretty face up. You know what I'm saying? Made that nigga look like E.T. with braids. But the thing, I don't know too much about those two guys.
Yeah.
I just know Max Holloway's a great fighter. He's a champion. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
But he's been losing a few times, and it's kind of looking rocky for him.
Yeah.
But on the femenile side,
yes,
Amanda Nunes and Jermaine Durandame.
This joint is gonna be interesting. Talking about things now. This will be the second time that these two women have fought. For those of you who don't, I don't know where Jermaine Durandame is from, but Amanda Nunes is from Brazil.
I think Jermaine Durandame is somewhere from Europe.
Yeah.
In like
gotta be
in like kickboxing lands in fucking in the Netherlands, or it's Dutch, because the kickboxing is big in that part of Europe.
That makes sense. Yeah,
like France is with Savat, Dutch kickboxing, and then there's of course Thailand.
Right, yeah. So these two, Amanda Nunes is on top of. Is she champ right now?
Who?
Nunes?
Yeah. Double champ, 145 and 35 for the women's division.
Yeah. She has 2 belts.
Fucks them up.
Amanda Nunes hits like a truck. She came out, the first fight I saw with her, she was fighting a woman nicknamed Cyborg.
Oh yeah, and Cyborg was in trouble with them roids. That's another case of cutting weight was too dangerous for her. Cyborg, it took a lot for her to get to 145. It
for
takes
that
a
fight?
lot. She's a big woman.
Yeah.
She's big. And I remember watching her. She would sit in a hot bath with salt.
Yeah.
Just
to
trying
drain
to drain
her body.
And she's crying.
Yeah.
Crying in that brolic Brazilian accent of hers. And it's really like heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
And so, but then she was on the roids.
At the same time as she was trying to cut?
Yeah, she was on roids when she was in Strike Force.
Oh, so what does that do to the body? Yeah.
I don't know what's up with her body because, like,
that can't be good.
You know?
Yeah, the first time I saw Nunez fight, she was fighting Cyborg, and out the gate, because
immediately
Cyborg,
because everyone was afraid of Cyborg. Right. Cyborg ran through.
Her name is Cyborg. Like that's the level.
She's knocked out almost every woman she's ever fought.
Let me find her real name. Yeah,
I think it's
Chris something. Yeah,
like Christina, something like that.
Chris Cyborg. Yeah, Christian Justino Venancio. Chris Cyborg. Yeah, she's just 34 years old, 5'8", 144.6 pounds, so she's featherweight.
And walking, she's probably like 160, 170.
A black belt in Muay Thai, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, she's a fight. Like, she could kill anyone.
She looks like the dude from...
First of all, she looks like the dude off rip. You know, this is going to be disrespectful.
I don't care. But she looks like the dude from Kickboxer's sister. Let me say that.
Oh, no, it's...
Like, if did you ever see Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No. I've heard of it. I know.
Nigga.
It's a lot of B action movies I haven't seen. Like, I haven't seen Bloodsport either. Don't... You
haven't seen Bloodsport?
No, I haven't seen what's that Michael Jai White movie?
Blood and Bone?
I haven't. I've seen the scene where he fights Kimbo.
That's all you need to see.
Okay.
All those other fight scenes are cool, but like that's all you need to see.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Undisputed?
No. The lowest in terms of, like, I guess,
because those are all shit movies, but they're like their fight scenes are great.
I haven't even seen Ong Bak.
Have you ever seen Ong? Nigga, what's up with you?
I've seen Protector though.
The Protector's great.
Fearless, Jet Li's Fearless.
Okay.
Hero,
yeah. I didn't see any of those.
Oh, well,
Fearless, Hero. Jet Li not my kind of guy, you know. Like, you know.
Yeah. He doesn't do often. Well, actually, no. He was in. Isn't he that Lethal Weapon movie? He was doing kind of like he fights. He's in one of the Lethal Weapon movies. He's the bad guy.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah, and he's also in the that movie called The One, where he's playing like.
And he's also in a DMX movie. He has like two. Oh, but he's in a movie with a DMX and Aaliyah. Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of that one.
I'm sure it's not that good.
But yeah, Cyborg looks like whatever the dude or his sister that you just said. She's a hard looking woman is the point. And the fight started in the first round. Cyborg comes out swinging, and Nunez observes that, takes a step back, bop, hits her, bop, 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 just hunts her, bop, keeps going, bop, bop, and you see. When you start seeing you watch anyone who doesn't fight or doesn't watch fights, and you want to get into it, and you want to see when someone's about to get knocked out, watch the legs.
Word.
Because the legs give way first. If someone gets hit and their head snaps back,
they do the stanky leg.
Yeah, literally. If they start doing the stanky leg, if their knees go in towards each other,
yeah, it's
about to be a wrap, bro. Because that's what refs start looking for if they need to stop fights, and you'll see people get knocked out standing up.
Oh yeah,
you know, and not even necessarily fall, just like a TKO, you know. And she beat her inside of, you can probably find it inside of
45 seconds.
Yeah,
at the very least,
at the most. Versus Cyborg.
It lasted. Come on, Google. Talk to me, Google. Tell me
something, Google. 30 seconds in, Nunez caught Cyborg with a 1-2, stumbling her before briefly dropping her with another right hand. So inside of 30 seconds.
Yeah,
is when like it changed. Gangsta. So, and most of her fights, she put Ronda Rousey out in less than that.
She put Ronda Rousey on her ass. We just watched that. Watched it for like a few seconds.
It's because that's as long as the fight is. It's embarrassing.
At the end, when Ronda Rousey just stood there and like, what?
Yeah. Wait, I'm good. She looked.
No, you not.
Herb Dean, the ref, had to come over and be, all right, just chill out.
Yo, mama,
stay there. The doctor's coming.
Listen. Doctor's coming. You bugging out right now. That bitch just beat your ass.
No, man, she has a different kind of power. No one is hitting the way she is. And I don't even think a lot of the girls fighting her used to being hit the way she hits.
Women?
A lot of the women, thank you. A lot of the women fighting in that division are used to being hit the way that she hits. So she's fighting this woman. Jermaine Durandame. And that she's another skilled kickboxer with a Muay Thai background. The problem with her that I have, and they both fought Holly Holm. Nunez also put Holm away. She just stuffs her competition.
Don't knock out Holly Holm. Holly Holm was a champion female boxer.
Yeah,
kickboxer. She was the shit.
Holly Holm was the beginning of the end of Ronda Rousey.
She had Ronda Rousey contemplating suicide.
For real?
Yo, Ronda Rousey was really depressed about not being champion anymore, bro. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Damn, I just brought that up. Sorry, Ronda.
No, I mean, I didn't know that. That's really... I mean, now she's thriving.
I saw her on Ellen.
Hopefully now she's thriving in the, WWE. And,
not
good
fighting.
for her.
Should listen to your mother, stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly, should always listen to your mother.
If you're lucky enough to have your mom, listen to her. Unless she's not giving you good advice. But usually moms are giving good advice.
Usually. Especially her mother.
Right. So, we have... this woman who put Holly Holm, she didn't put her away, but went the distance with Holly Holm. But the problem that I had when they fought was that repeatedly Jermaine Durandame hit her after the bell had rung.
Oh yeah, that was disrespectful.
And she has this issue with that, which is kind of annoying considering the fact that she is a good fighter. She doesn't need to take cheap shots like that. And like she was giving Holm a hard time.
But Holm was fighting back though. It was I had Holm winning that fight.
I think she should have. I didn't understand how Jermaine Durandame still got the decision after 2 times she hit her after the bell. And clearly, like it was like whatever sound, it was like bell, 1 punch was already on the way. Okay, I might get that, but then she deliberately threw a 2.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? But that being said, the first time Nunez and Durandame fought, I don't know if you watched that fight or were able to find any of it.
No, I didn't see that one. I didn't even know they fought.
Yeah, this turns out this is 2. So, it was over, I think, maybe it was the first, but it was an early round because Nunez got a takedown and then was ground and pounding, but it was a stoppage, but people felt like that might not necessarily have been fair because Durandame was still defending from the bottom.
Yeah.
It was a lot of elbows that were being thrown, a lot of, heavy and hammer fists and stuff, but Durandame was able to deflect a lot of them because that's her background. She just wasn't able to get back up. And it was like, I mean, she was down there for, I don't know, maybe a minute or a little under a minute. And it's brutal to watch. I mean, you're watching Amanda Nunez, who's a big girl, so to speak, on top of Durandame.
It's not that brolic.
No. And I think she might have gained more weight for this fight, I would imagine.
They're at 145 now. Back then it was probably 135. There was no 145 belt until like a year or 2 ago.
Okay, so they're at 145 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Nunez has these broad shoulders, like,
she got boulders for shoulders.
This doorway back. So when she's she's on top of
both belts.
When she's on top of someone, it's brutal to watch. But some feel that they shouldn't have stopped it. Regardless, going into this fight, I'm interested to see, how
she don't whoop that woman ass.
You think it's going to be another first round?
She don't whoop that woman ass.
Probably. I mean, I'm rooting for, let it personally, like subjectively, I want Nunez to win because I'm just a fan. And not just because she's like, popping right now, but because I think she's genuinely, like, she deserves both of those belts that she has.
Fuck yeah.
But,
the way she's ran through every female, she's beat every female champion.
Unobjective, like not unobjective, but unequivocally rather is the better way to say it. Like, that she won.
She whooped their ass.
Either because they could not get back up or because she submitted 3 people, but everyone else has been like
knockout.
Yeah. You can't, it hasn't been by decision, so you can't dispute it. Because the decision is that her head hit the canvas. That's the final word.
Being hit by her face.
Yeah.
Wait, hit by her hands.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Hit by her face?
If headbutts were legal in the UFC, that'd be something interesting. Are they?
They were years ago. But there's a new kind of like fighting style now called Lethwei, and headbutts are legal now.
What's it called?
Lethwei.
Lethwei.
It's somewhere in Southeast Asia, like in Malaysia or some shit. One of them other brolic countries. And it's brand new, but it's basically bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts.
I started watching a documentary series, or maybe it was just one movie about how bare knuckle boxing is evolving in England.
Yeah, it's dope, man. They're dope.
But
I think it's safer. Oh,
it's supposed to be safer for your head, your brain, right?
Yeah,
not necessarily for your hands, but
fuck my hands. Give me my brain, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, learn how to punch correctly. Don't punch like an idiot.
Yeah. Also,
aim your. It'll fine tune you.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Better.
Yeah.
Fine tune you better. My God.
It's fine.
But you'll be able to pick your shots.
Yeah.
You'll know the appropriate times to hit.
Exactly.
You're not going to be out here swinging for the fences. You'll be able to pinpoint your strikes. Find where to hit somebody.
Exactly.
Be technical with it. Don't be wild with your shit.
Yeah.
If you wild with your shit, you're going to have fucking little
arthritis hands.
Arthritis, fucking dinosaur hands, bro.
Yeah.
It's just going to look crazy.
Yeah. And that's one of the psychological deficits of boxing, exclusively training boxing, is that you get used to wearing these 12-ounce gloves on your hand
and that headgear.
Yeah, depending on where you train. I don't
like that headgear. I don't like headgear.
Yeah, go ahead and dish your philosophy on headgear.
It gives you it's a false sense of protection.
Mm.
You're wearing this thing and it's like 3 inches from your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's around, you're wearing it, it's on your head, it's like 3 inches from your face, and it just makes your head bigger, which makes it an easier target.
Mm-hmm.
I hit people way easier when they have headgear on.
Right.
I get hit easier when I have headgear on. Yeah, keep my hands up.
Right.
But it's still there. And all it does is protect you from getting busted, bruised, cut up. I should keep my hands up anyways.
Yeah.
Getting punched in the face, be like, all right, let me keep my hands up.
Yeah.
But I keep my hands up, I get hit with the glove onto the headgear, my brain moves. Your brain still moves. Your brain is basically just a piece of meat in liquid, in fluid.
In vinegar sauce.
And it just sloshes around and bang against your skull.
And now with the headgear on, there's more impact that it's receiving. Actually,
it
right?
starts
Because
earlier.
Yeah.
Same thing with football. And same thing with hockey, and another sport that gets a lot of brain problems is soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
Hitting the ball with your head.
Yeah, hitting the ball with your head.
Yeah.
So I would stop with the headgear, put more Vaseline on dudes' faces to keep them from getting cut, and maybe emphasize on proper technique and placing your punches.
Which is, before we... I don't know that anyone would flame our DMs about this, but it's not. We both obviously respect boxing,
of
and
course.
There are plenty of people who teach good boxing. And there's plenty of gyms where before you even see a pair of gloves, all you're doing is technical work and learning how to throw a punch.
Learning how to throw a punch, yeah,
and that's important. But it is interesting.
What to hit with?
Yeah, it's interesting to examine kind of like the false impressions we have of fighting and of striking that we build up, and even professionals, can sometimes forget. I think
because we all get comfortable.
Yeah,
we all try and find the most comfortable thing to do.
Yeah.
How we feel like we're at our best.
Yeah. Now, granted, if I was for whatever reason at a club and Floyd Mayweather was there and we got into a fight, he could break my jaw with a right hook, I'm sure.
Yeah,
without
fine.
a glove on. But there's a lot of people coming up who just might not make the connection between I have gloves on so my hands are safer, so I can punch a little bit less technically, and just remember to refine. Now we're coaching you. Remember to refine your training when you don't have the gloves on. But I think as far as Nunes and de Randamie, Nunes is probably going to take it. Especially because she is a grappler. De Randamie is not, or she hasn't demonstrated enough skill in that. And even if she's in camp for it, she's not going to make up for the experience gap between her and Nunes, who's a black belt in BJJ. And if they're on their feet, it's going to be more even. But I still think Nunes will probably come out because she'll just overwhelm her.
And also, Amanda Nunes could fight dirty with the air quotes.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck. But I think she'll be able to smother her and put her in the clinch, kind of like on that Colby Covington Khabib shit.
Yeah.
Just smother her striking because de Randamie's long. Yes. She's really tall. And she has a good reach advantage from her. And I think Amanda Nunes can smother that.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
other thing about Durandame is from that, she's a traditional Muay Thai fighter, so
Yeah.
she's very linear. She doesn't move around a lot. She's on her feet and she's going in one direction, which is why the length benefits her because it's an arrow.
Yeah.
But she can't hit a moving target.
Yeah, it's not a shotgun where it goes.
Yeah, yeah. And Amanda's more like
A
definitely
bazooka. Like, she's a nuke.
So you think what, Amanda first round KO?
Amanda Nunes, the most is the second round KO. The most.
Yeah.
You know. If I'm wrong, oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't expect she'll beat her, but I don't think it'll go the distance. I'm expecting 3 rounds max. Amanda Nunes by, let's say, submission, just to spice it up.
Just to spice it up?
Yeah.
I heard you. All right. So something you wanted to talk about was what ifs. No, what ifs,
right? Yeah.
A bunch of fights that may not happen or we wish could have happened or
right.
hypotheticals.
Yeah. Well, there's one of the ones people always bring up is Ali and Tyson, right?
We have to go there. Just immediately.
Right there.
Oh man. Do we have to explain why?
Why people want them to fight?
No. Like why we pick who we pick.
Well, I kind of did spring this on you, so we're just spitballing right now. I might bring it back later.
I'd say Tyson.
Okay, now I do want to hear why. Not that I would say Ali, but I'm interested.
Well, he watched a lot of old tape. I'd say he watched a lot of old Ali tape.
Well, let's establish the rules, right?
Okay, what are the rules?
Because what
are the rules, Sway?
So pound for pound round, right? It's like assuming that both of these boxers are in their prime as far as age and are within each other's weight class, so that they would fight to begin with. Obviously, Tyson and Ali both were heavyweights.
Yeah.
And we're assuming that they don't necessarily know each other.
All right.
In history, you know. So
do they still fought who they fought previously before fighting each other?
Sure, as long as that doesn't conflict with the
first timeline. I'd still say Tyson because Tyson is a short dude and he had to fight
tall guys. Like
Tyson's like 5'10", and he was fighting guys who were like 6'4", 6'5". Ali was like 6'3".
Yeah.
And they were all, had the reach over him, had the height over him, had the weight over him. But Mike Tyson would just use those brolic tree trunk thunder thighs of his,
to get in
and get all the power from the earth and the core of the universe,
and pull it up
and just knock these niggas out of their soul, bro.
Right. And I think what's interesting is we kind of saw, you're gonna have to remind me the name. I feel terrible, but the guy who he fought after Ali lost.
Larry Holmes.
Yeah, we kind of saw what it would be like.
Yeah.
When he fought Holmes, even though Holmes was way over the hill, and
not way over the hill. He was over, maybe not way, but he was old. He was overweight. He was right, like he was, I mean, he looked good in the fight to a certain extent, but he clearly couldn't hang with this kid who was 20 years old. Tyson is 20 years old and a savage.
Yeah. But we to your point, we did see, because Holmes was fighting kind of like Ali's style.
And Mike Tyson ran through niggas like the Taliban.
Yeah.
He wreaked havoc in the 80s, bro.
Yeah.
We were not even alive, thank God.
Yeah.
Imagine running into Mike Tyson in Brooklyn.
No thanks. The fact that when I watched that fight, I didn't know how old he was. Then I looked up after that. He's 20. He's 21. We're the same age. I don't look anything like Mike Tyson.
Do you hear how we sound?
No facial hair, really, either of us. I've been trying to grow a beard for 8 years. Come on, bro.
I can't grow shit. I just got height. I'm good with height.
But
we got height.
Yeah, we do have height.
You know what I'm saying?
But then when I think about as far as like contemporary, what about like Tyson versus Wilder?
Ooh.
That'd be interesting. Probably still Tyson.
Tyson, yeah.
Yeah, because Wilder is
wild. He'll get under those big hooks of him and just crack him in the ribs. He'll put him out with a body shot.
Yeah. He'll break a rib.
He'll knock that nigga in the ovaries.
Yeah. What about
Pernell Whitaker and Sugar Ray Robinson? No, Leonard. No. Is that a good one? Let's go. You want to try MMA? Because we know a little bit more about MMA fighters and boxers. Because all of them, they're time wise, age.
You know more about both than I do anyway. But sure, we can. No, it's not your fault because I'm baby. I am baby. But yeah, MMA. I don't know who would you want to see fight? If they were in the same,
If they're in the same,
like, yeah, that is interesting. Like GSP and has he fought McGregor?
No, he hasn't fought McGregor. I don't think he would fight McGregor. Well, he would fight McGregor if it was like a good money fight, but I don't think that would happen.
How old is GSP now?
GSP is about to be 40.
Yeah, he's got to be pushing 40.
But no, he the way he whooped Michael Bisping's ass,
it didn't matter.
Michael Bisping is an amazing fighter, and he was fighting for years before he became champion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. McGregor, I lost a little bit of confidence in after his last couple like losses.
Mm.
I was like, can you get that magic back when you started, bro?
Yeah.
And he's fighting Cerrone. I think he might win that fight, but we all thought he was gonna win that first Diaz fight, and then he got his ass whooped. So like,
no, but and people didn't know what to think when he fought Khabib, because it was like, I mean, we know what Khabib does to people, but it's Conor McGregor. Can he do the same thing to this?
And he did.
Yeah. Very, very much so.
And he did.
At first, it didn't look like he was going to be able to because Conor was keeping moving, but then he caught him with that overhand.
Put him on his ass, man. I remember that. We were all hyped.
Yeah, and then Conor backed up to the cage,
which he shouldn't do.
No, because that's exactly where he wants you to go, and then it was over from there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting fights that could be or could have been. I mean, Adesanya and John Jones. It's like
that's gonna happen in like 2 years.
Yeah.
I really think that's gonna happen. I want it to happen. I'm just sad that black people in the UFC can't coexist. Man, that's mad sad.
Well, you have Usman and Adesanya chilling. I mean, because they're not in the same.
They both Nigerian. There's only two of them right now.
Yeah, I guess they can't make them fight each other. Is Adesanya Nigerian or is he from South Africa?
He's from Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And then he moved to New Zealand.
Right?
Family.
Yeah.
Well, and they're in different weight classes, and I think Usman is comfortable and good at the weight he is. Adesanya can't, and he's comfortable where he is now too, but he can move up. I don't think Usman should move up because I think
he should chill where he is for a while.
He should chill. He should chill at welterweight because a lot of those middleweights are taller than him. And a lot of those middleweights are nasty. I forgot who's a middleweight and who is a monster. That guy, Darren Till, Yoel Romero, fucking the guy with no neck.
The hand of God.
Word. Who else? Damn, I fell off my UFC shit, man. School's crazy. Oh man.
This. I just thought of something. This would be an interesting way to sign off. If you, Jude, had to fight someone in the UFC right now, like if you got recruited and they said they were going to pay you, I don't know, 10 mil to fight somebody, who would you want to fight?
Fuck you.
And who do you think you could beat? Because that's crazy. But who would you want to fight?
It's crazy.
Because then people are going to be like, oh, so you think you could? You got everyone lining up
for you.
at Jefferson Park to fight you.
10 mil? All right. Who would I fight? Damn it. I got one person in mind, but I sound like I smoke all the cocaine.
Please tell us.
I think John Jones.
Wow.
Nah, because I think I can learn a lot from him.
Yeah.
He would basically be one of my worst nightmares. Someone my size
with
extra weight, with all that skill and that vicious winning Kobe Bryant ass mentality he has.
Look, he's the LeBron of the UFC, bro.
And the first loss he ever had was over disqualification, a bullshit disqualification, like that 12-16 up and down elbow.
Yeah, 12-6. Yeah.
Did I say 16?
You did.
God damn, I'm out of it today. 12-6, but yeah, I'd say John. I think I can learn a lot from him, and if I lose,
it's a good story.
I get the 10 mils, a cool story. It's a nice little Rocky story on my,
right.
Y'all
don't have to exactly
on my Stefanucci Creed shit.
You don't have to work a day in your life ever again. You're chilling, for 10 mil.
And I'd say training wise, I'd train really hard, and Sifu would make sure my hands are up. so I don't think I'll suffer that much brain damage. Maybe some body problems.
Yeah. You probably have to. I mean, I know what you meant by keeping your hands up around your face, but as far as the dimensions of fighting, I think your boxing is great.
Thank you.
So the only thing you would probably want to work on against Jones is the wrestling and stuff.
Takedown defense, and a lot of back jiu-jitsu and positioning for my grappling.
Yeah.
Finding a submission possibly.
Yeah.
But mainly going for positions. And
once guys get to your height, it's like jiu-jitsu is ridiculous. It's just two
fucking
noodles.
octopuses and shit. It's an octopus fight, I think.
Yeah.
But
two squids just.
But and if I were to win, I get the 10 mil, and it'd be dope.
Yeah.
I don't think I can lose in a John Jones fight. Technically or morally.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I'd say John Jones.
I think for me, I would fight. He's actually not in the UFC. He's in Bellator still, I think. But I would want to fight Michael Venom Page.
I know exactly what I'm saying. Yo, Justin.
Just to see what that's like, because and he kind of does. He and Adesanya remind me of each other in some ways with the showboating nature.
Young, black, and braggadocious.
Definitely.
Young, black, and braggadocious.
And MVP is disrespectful.
He's
when he
mean,
brought
nigga.
a Pokemon hat and rolled the Pokeball out.
That was wrong, son.
And then stood up the peace sign. Bro,
like a little Japanese girl and shit.
Bro, he is disrespectful. I would definitely want to fight him. I think
dickhead for real.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
And it's interesting because, like, even though, when it comes to the way I spar, I do definitely change it based on who I'm fighting. Mm-hmm. I kind of attempt to, I wouldn't say mirror, there's definitely points where I'm mirroring their style for a little bit.
Taskmaster.
Low key. Oh, maybe that should be my nickname. Taskmaster. That's kind of dope. But
you wild,
good Lord, I'm getting FaceTimed. Not now, Mom. We're about to wrap up. But yeah, point is, Michael Venom Page.
Boy, come home.
That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess we wouldn't necessarily do Song of the Week because this isn't a standard episode. But we
can do Song of the Week still. I think so. I'd do it. Oh, real quick, R.I.P. Juice WRLD.
Yeah. That happened to on the day that we're recording, which is the 8th of December.
Jesus Christ, man.
Really tragic.
Poor
21
kid.
years old.
Poor kid, man.
And I, even though I wasn't like listening to his music, I'd heard a few things, and I thought, he had some talent. As much as like I was listening to the kind of the guys in his generation of rap and
in his generation, dude, it's ours generation.
But I mean,
bro.
I'm talking
He's
about hip hop
21.
generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely a tragedy. Song of the week. Songs of the week, man. Maybe Spotify Wrapped helped you.
Bro, I don't have Spotify. I have Apple Music.
Oh right.
Bitch ass niggas. Let me see. What's something random I can think of? The Game put out an album that was dope. Should I say something from that? It was a good album, but that wasn't my favorite thing in the world right now. It's good though. I love Game. Game is the. You know what? I'm gonna pick a Game song. How We Do from his first album, the documentary. That was like one of the first few rap songs I was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 6 years old when that came out.
Interesting.
Fire. Yo, How We Do is one of my it's like top 10 one of my favorite songs.
Right. Okay. I think I was listening to a lot of Joey Badass recently.
Ooh.
I went back to Before the Money.
Oh yeah, or Badass.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to say Hazel's View right now.
Nice.
But this is actually just a nice point to plug our next episode. We're really excited about it. We're bringing on not 1, 2, 3, but 4 guests for a roundtable on the end of the year and the end of the decade in music. No, it's Amir, Asia, Zoe, Abril.
Oh shit, it's 4.
Yeah.
My fault, cuz.
So we're going to have 4 guests. We're going to be just chatting about our experiences growing up with some of the music that we liked, and we're really looking forward to it. So please tune in next time. We're going to be uploading that, if everything goes according to plan, December 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Recording it on the 22nd. If you guys liked us talking about people punching each other in the face, slide into our DMs at HvO Pod on Instagram and let us know.
Hell yeah.
And you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and not SoundCloud because they have a limit on how much you can upload. Our first 2 episodes are on SoundCloud, but you can listen to us. You can find our first 2 episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Look at your generic Telecaster voice.
Yeah.
that nice.
Yeah,
Like
it's just very neutral. Listen, we're coming down to the last 2 weeks of the semester. Once again, keep pushing if you're still in school.
Yo, what are you working on, real quick? I'm sorry, I know we're trying to wrap it up, but what's something for our listeners? What are some of your finals? What are you working on?
Oh yeah, I have. I'm in a writing comics and graphic novels class, so I have to submit a 30-page draft of a comic.
30 pages, nigga. Damn.
Yeah, I've done about 7, so we're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll figure it out. And then I have to also do a 10-page social psychology paper that I've already done 5 pages of. And I got 10 out of 11 on my draft, so I just have to keep doing what I was already doing.
Respect.
Thank you. And then I have a Japanese test, a final, and I have a history of film final.
Dope.
Well, how about you?
I got a sociology final about, I think it's Max Weber and Karl Marx. I have a paper to do for my political science class, which is basically I have to do 3 to 4 pages about a political issue that I think is the most important. Which I don't know which one that is right now because a lot of things are
very
vital.
important.
I'm just like, fuck, which one's the right one? And I had to do it on 2 philosophers, so I had to make them work with it.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing I have a piano final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I have Western Civilization final. I smoked that paper. Well, I don't know if I did though or not, but I got it done and I brought it in, so that's me smoking it right now.
Nice.
And then I have my 7 to 12 page paper on the decriminalization of all drugs.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty deep. I almost lean towards full legalization of drugs, but I already picked decriminalization. I didn't want to get too deep into it. But,
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll talk about it another time. But
that's another podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Wish
podcast. Us luck. We are Harlem's heroes. Signing off. Peace.
Deuces.